All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and get out your language notebook. And my class and Mrs. Long's class, get out your poetry packet. My e-learners, I will have on Schoology what you need for your poetry packet. You have two things for tonight. One, you have Moby Max going over quotation marks. This is a review. We're going to keep constantly reviewing our quotation marks because I do think it's probably our hardest skill for 5th grade for our grammar portion of it, okay? So we got to keep getting in those quotation mark practices. There are 2 assignments there from Moby Max. They're each 5 questions long for a total of 10 questions only. You also have a poem today called Concrete Poem. On Schoology, I made this into a discussion so that when you are finished with your final draft and you share it, you can also go ahead and take a look and review and look at some of your friends' concrete poems that they submitted. I do not have final draft paper for your concrete poem online because you have lots of options with this type of poem. You can use a drawing app that you use with Mr. Boyer. You could use Pages, the writing app. You could use just blank paper, regular writing paper. It is your choice because this one's definitely going to have some artistic skills to it. So let's see here. A concrete poem is a poem that has visual appearances that matches the topic of the poem. A concrete poem is also called a shape poem because the words of the poem take the shape of the poem's subject. People have been writing this form of poetry for thousands of years to express their thoughts in both words and pictures. There are 2 types of concrete poems that you can create. The first type of concrete poem is called an outline concrete poem. For this form, create an outline sketch with pencil of a shape related to your poem. After you write your poem, fill in the shape with the words of your poetry, or write your poem around the perimeter of your shape. When you are done, your shape will be created. The second type of concrete poem is called a drawing poem. In this form of concrete poetry, the poet uses the words of the poem to actually create a drawing or a scene to represent the topic of the poem. So we're going to take a look then at our example. Here is one example. It says, stop leaving people out of your group games and activities. Stop because it leaves people feeling sad. Stop using hurtful words. People remember. People cry. Stop. Why do you think the poet of this one used this kind of shape? What is the connection with this shape and the meaning, the words they used? Hannah? Yeah, it's like a stop sign. They're telling people to stop being mean. Don't use mean words. Don't do mean things. And so they used a stop sign to represent. Very nice. We also have, of course, I had to throw in a horse one. This one is talking about horses running and kicking, how they have like carrots. It says how this horse has a black mane, strong hooves. So it's kind of talking about characteristics of a horse. And then they also have an example using a shoe. It says, I like sneakers, leather sneakers, squeaky sneakers, old, worn down sneakers, comfortable sneakers, all different kinds of sneakers that this poet liked. Obviously, both of the examples with the shoe and the horse, very obvious in what the topic was, right? All right, your planning page. It says a poem written in the shape of this topic you are writing about. You need to decide what is your topic and what is your shape going to be. Now the sneakers and the horse, very obvious. The picture was an actual picture of the topic. But the one with the stop sign, that was a little less obvious, right? They were talking about stop doing something, but never did it mention a stop sign. Okay, so they had a little bit more creativity in the thought of theirs. They're gonna want you to write down some words or phrases that relate to your topic. And then on the bottom, you're gonna draw an outline. So that's gonna be your rough draft. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind with this kind of poem that you're gonna have to draw it. If it's something that you're not comfortable putting into a drawing, then I would choose a different topic. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're choosing. Okay, any kind of topic, this does not have to be anything specific, totally up to you. Fiction, nonfiction, okay, animals, sports, foods, family, okay, anything. All right, your picture for your concrete poem can be in color. It could be just black and white with a pencil. If you're wanting to type it using one of your apps, you can. Okay, lots of choices here on preferences. Same still goes for our punctuation and poetry. You'll notice the shoe one had some overlapping sentences. Okay, and they kind of chose a cursive kind of font. The stop sign one had punctuation. They used periods in theirs. Okay. Your preference. Okay, your poem. Questions about your concrete poem or your Moby Max?
So can you draw a picture and then around it?
Yes, that's kind of like the outline. She asked, can you draw a picture and then have your words going around the picture? Yep, that's like the outline version, and that's definitely okay. Because again, it is going to take some high-level artistic skills, I think, to be able to actually make the shape using your words. Okay, so you could have, on this one, you could have drawn a horse and then put your words around the outside of the horse. Your choice, though, your poem.
Could you put the words inside it, like your shape, like your?
Can you put the words on the inside? You can, but it still needs to be somewhat the shape. So, for example, this could have been an outline of your shoe, and then your words going around the inside. Okay, but your words cannot be on the inside, just a normal regular line straight across. Okay, you gotta use the creativity of your shape. Bradley?
Could you draw an outline, like if you drew an outline of a dog and then drew all the words inside of it? Could you do that?
Yes, somebody already asked that. Could you draw it and then put your words around it? Yes, on the outside or the inside. You also could draw it in pencil and then write your words going around your shape and then erase that outline for your final draft so the line wouldn't be there. Okay, that would kind of help you kind of sketch it out a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and get started.